Today, we're going to be taking a look at a watch that I really wanted to get some time with after seeing it in person out in Vancouver a few weeks ago. I have to thank a good friend of mine, Serge, for connecting me up with the brand out there. He has the YouTube channel One Man Reviews. A link to his channel will be below. Definitely take a look and give him a subscribe. He's got some great content. The watch, though, is the new Skin Diver from Yema Watches. Very cool watch and a very cool movement running the watch too. Big thanks to Yema for lending this in for a few week test drive. Really appreciate it. But let's get to it and check out the watch. All right, now these are available in 3 colors. There's a red, which I think would be a lot of fun to wear, maybe a nice summer watch. It's quite a striking red in person, too. There's a champagne, and I wouldn't normally associate that with a diver, but it works surprisingly well. And finally, the more traditional black that I have here today. I see a limited edition black with faux patina lume as well on the site, but not sure the availability of that one. These are running the new CMM.20, the Calibre Manufacture Morteau 20. We'll get more into that in a minute, but there's one key thing to know if you plan to purchase one of these that could affect your decision, so stick around for that for sure. Overall, first impressions when I got this was this is right up my alley. Design-wise, love a good skin diver, and this bracelet is such a cool look for it. The dial is a matte black, fair amount of text on the dial with the logo, then Yema and Superman up under the 12 o'clock, and micro rotor and the water resistance below that. So yeah, the movement is a micro rotor movement. The indices are applied, and I love these vintagey skin diver markers at the 3, 6, 9, and 12. The hands are a good size and length for legibility, and how cool is that minute hand? The finish work is top notch on them, and this is a prototype, so that's not always the case. The lume is grade A Super Luminova. I was just at an event for another brand and wore this. It was a lower light venue, and somebody actually pointed out the lume on the watch. It was glowing like a torch without even charging it up, so solid lume overall on the watch. The case is a clean, easy to wear design. It's very well finished with polished edges. With the bezel locking mechanism, which I'll show you how that works here soon, the bezel does stand a little tall above the case, but looks totally fine to me. The movement, which is on display through the case back, is the CMM20. The bridges and main plates are manufactured by Yema and the rest in Switzerland. It's a 33 joule movement with a 70-hour power reserve. The black galvanized finish looks cool, and I like the contrasting tungsten rotor, so no doubt it is a pretty movement. The stated accuracy of the movement is -3 to +7 seconds per day, and there's all kinds of cool tech happening here, including anti-magnetic and shock-resistant tech. But the one thing that could be a problem for you is the watch does not hack. For me, in reality, I very rarely set a watch to the second, but I know a fair amount of people do. I'd prefer to see it, but it didn't really affect my wearing experience the last couple of weeks. Definitely important to know, though, if you're considering purchasing one. As far as operation of the crown, which is a signed crown, winding action is super smooth. Very smooth winding action. Same goes for threading and unthreading the crown. When setting the time, you sometimes will see a small stutter of the second hand, but they do state that that is normal for this movement on the site. The bezel has a locking mechanism. They're famous for almost their clamp-like locking mechanism on some of their other divers, but this works by just applying some downward pressure and turning. It is a bidirectional 120 click bezel. Good action and easy to grip with the coin edges. And the bezel uses a ceramic insert. The Scale Link bracelet is, first of all, one of the coolest bracelets out there, and also a very comfortable one at that, too. Good tight fit between the lugs. No quick release, but the links are sized with screws. It's a well-made clasp on the bracelet, which also features and on-the-fly adjustment system. There is, I noticed, a bit of a gap between the clasp and bracelet there. More of a nitpick than anything. I'd imagine there will be little tweaks though on the production model, so they may have tightened that up a bit, but otherwise, big fan of the bracelet. Size on the watch comes in at a case width of 39.6 millimeters. The lug to lug is 47 millimeters. Lug opening is 20 millimeters, and the thickness is 13.7 millimeters, including the domed AR treated sapphire. Water resistance on the watch is 300 meters. And here it is on my 7.25 inch wrist. And yeah, this is the sweet spot for me size wise. Love that crystal distortion at the edge of the dial. So overall, I loved my experience with this. Would have been nice to have the hacking movement, but other than that, this has been really fun to wear. Cost for this comes in at $24.90 USD and also includes a 5-year warranty, which is good to have, especially on a newer movement. A link to where you can find these will be below. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.